Hey, sweet yoga students, hello and welcome to another of my How to Yoga series on YouTube. If you're watching this live, you found me on Facebook, and the link to YouTube is in the description. It's youtube.com/c/Yogi Cecily, and of course you can find other content on Instagram.com/Cecily_Yogi. As usual, I thank everyone for their continued donations to Venmo.com/Cecily-guest. And of course, I'm just always grateful for all of the likes. Comments are great because then I know if you really like the video, and shares and subscriptions. You can subscribe to the YouTube page, and you can subscribe to my website, Cecily'sYogaRetreats.com, and then you'll get the newsletter, and then you know everything that I'm doing, okay? All right, let's get this video started. This is part of my how-to series, and this video is Chaturanga 2, the second of 3 videos covering Chaturanga. In the first video, we used bolsters, blankets, and blocks to set up the position of Chaturanga. But now what we're going to look at is the raw upper body strength required to achieve this position. Now you see here, I've got 2 blocks, and I've got a little bench, stool, and I have a cushion that I'm sitting on. And we're actually just going to start with this stool. It could be a chair, just make sure that it's sturdy. It could be a bench, make sure that it's sturdy, whatever it is that you're going to use. Now, all right, Chaturanga is a push-up. And so what we need little training wheels for our push-ups, something that's not flat on the ground, something that's a little elevated. So I'm going to put my knees here on a cushion. I'm going to put my palms here on the bench. Now you want to get the right measure. Your face is coming down to the bench, right? So I'm going to bend my elbows into my ribs and come on down and push back, okay? Getting the spacing is correct, so for me, I'm going to scooch back just a little bit, right? Now, when you do this motion, right, the tendency for most people is to get their face to come down, but their buttocks to go back. Now, that's just not the one that you want. You actually want to, yes, of course, tuck the tailbone. Many teachers will tell you to tuck the tailbone, but what they're really saying is don't push back. You have to just bring the buttocks forward with you, right? Forward with you. Great. So, right, so you can go here. Now, what a lot of other people will do is, again, it's something like just sort of bending the elbow and coming down, but you're going to notice this is a real deal sort of push-up. See, the elbows are bending. The elbows are bending, right? And my chin is coming out. You will feel a burn here in your triceps, all right? Now, you can try that there with the knees on the cushion. That's nice. Or you can now sort of elevate onto your toes. In this iteration, what's really important to understand is that your chest is coming down to the bench or the stool. See? My face goes out ahead. And so let's just take a little step back and go, how do I know I'm getting the right position? You know you're getting the right position if your hips come forward with you. If your hips go back and your face goes back away from the chair, the stool, whatever you're using, you know that that's going to be the wrong one. So now you're saying, but Cecily, boy, oh boy, I really feel like my arms are weak here. All right, I can dig that. So you need to figure out a way to train yourself to push up. And now this is very similar to what we did with the bolster, whereas I'm going to just lie down. I'm going to lie down here, firm the legs, face is out in front, going to get my hands on the chair, the bench, the stool, and push up. I'm going to lie all the way down. A lot of my clients know I will reverse the problem. I will reverse the situation. And I will say, all right, from here, you have to be able to push up, coming down. This is your Chaturanga. You can come on down here and rest. Take a deep breath and push up. All right, so now you're saying, oh gosh, but Cecily, that's so hard. I just really can't push up from there. Okay, so again, this is all just little training wheels to make your arms stronger. So I'm going to lie down on the bench again. So I've got my knees on the mat. I'm going to lie down, right? Push up and straighten my legs at the same time. Bend, chest down. Push everything up and back. Bend your knees. Bring your chest down. See, you're just resting. I actually did this position in the other video, Chaturanga 1, where you're getting your body is lined up and your chin is up. Now, in this iteration, what you want to do is you want to lift your knees and your chest simultaneously. Push. So I'm just going to keep repeating this. Now, what kind of chair you use, you know, if the chair has a back on it, your face won't go over the front. So what you use for this, you know, I've got this stool and that's really good. Just make sure it's sturdy and that your face can go forward. So I am using an unusual piece of equipment here. See the knees? So we don't want to push the butt up. That one won't work. We don't want that one. And then we don't want to push just the chest up. So the problem with Chaturanga is that all of this is simultaneous. Bend, lower, push. All right, so that's working with the stool. So maybe you don't have something like this. Maybe you've got yoga blocks. That seems right. That feels right. But it's a little bit the same problem. You've got your blocks out there. It's the same problem. If your buttocks goes back and your face goes down to the blocks, that's how you know you're off. You're going to be a little bit off. So if the blocks are like the stool, then, you know, the little bench that I was using, that means my chest comes down between the blocks. So here it is. I go forward, down, and push. Breathe. Forward, down, and push. All right, great. So you have a few examples of me doing it. Now it's your turn to do it, right? What's going to happen is you will start to lower the body down and you will stop. You will stop yourself from going down. And I know this because this is what my clients do. They get here and they go, oh, oh, oh. And then I'll say, let yourself down. And they'll say, I can't. I can't let myself down. No, just let go. Just bend your elbows. I can't. Gosh, I can't. Is that you? If that's you, just remember, what you're doing is resisting gravity. You have to train yourself to lower yourself all the way down. And so now that means that you have to take a chance and fall. Now, since we're going to be falling, I'm going to take a cushion or a blanket and put that in between the blocks. So we're a little bit getting back to the bolster that we had in the other Chaturanga 1. But you're going to notice here, you're going to fall into the blanket, into the cushion, and then push up. You're going to get here, and then I'm going to say to you, let go. Just fall. Just let go. Just let go. Let go. And then push. So really getting strong is about realizing you have to, no, let go. And then push up. Here, no, yes. And push up. Is that you? Are you the type of person who you say, I can't go down? You have to let go. There's no pushing. People will say, oh, I'm not strong enough. There's nothing to be strong. You know, letting go is there's no strength. There's no strength in letting go. So really what you're doing here, holding here, this is being strong. This is being strong. This is letting go. So you let go. Right? Okay, after a while, you won't need the cushion. And after a while, maybe you'll be able to turn your blocks down lower. Just remember, the space in between the blocks is where your chest goes, not your face. How do you know that you're doing it incorrectly? If your face goes down between the blocks. If your chest goes down between the blocks, this is correct. That's the one you want. Now, after a while, that's actually difficult because you're actually going lower than you have to. Now, after a while, maybe you'll just use one block to remind you where your chin goes. So these are modified push-ups on the knees. And in Chaturanga 3, I will show you how to flow from downward dog to Chaturanga to upward dog, which can be done on the knees. But the main thing is that your belly button, your abdomen stays away from the floor, and your chin goes down. So this becomes your Chaturanga. And I've got the block out there, you notice, to put my chin on. Here. I really think this is the most elegant way to strengthen the arms, because your knees are on the floor, and so it's just hard enough. Even if you're on your toes, I'm going to still bring my chin down. And so the common mistake most people make is not keeping their chin out and forward. Let me show you what I mean. Most people will do this. And then their head is on the block. Their forehead goes on the block. You don't want that one. You can see it. I'll do it again. They get here, they're downward dog, they're here, and they just let everything sag. And notice how the elbow kind of doesn't bend. That's how you know it's wrong, right? You're not wrong. You're just, you got to let go. So I would put the knees down and practice bringing my chin down to the block and back, and then that will eventually transpose to this. Good. All right, now, remember, I can do hundreds of standard push-ups. And so I always say to my students, well, it's going to be hard for you to do Chaturanga well if you are struggling to do push-ups. So I hope you found in this video a couple of ways to practice your push-ups. My recommendation is start day one, yes, with one all the way down push-up. And then by the end of the first week, maybe you have 5 good ones. Maybe you're going to add 1 a day. Now you can imagine by the end of the month, you might have 10 good ones, and those can be on your knees. I don't mind if my clients go with 10 on the knees. I'll say, all right, ready, here we are, 10 on the knees. And they can cross the ankles, that's okay, as long as their chin goes forward and out. Right? This is the one you want. My belly button is drawn in, my tailbone is tucked, yes, and we can get 10 of these. 10 push-ups on the knees or on the toes is equal to 1 good Chaturanga. So when you can achieve 10 push-ups, then you can trust yourself to do 1 good standard Chaturanga in your yoga classes. My name is Yogi Cecily. I hope you enjoyed the video. I will download it onto YouTube in my How to Yoga series. Thank you.